Namaste. There is a saying which you might have heard which says, it goes like this, that there is more joy in giving than in receiving. We have all heard it. But today I want to talk about this with an example, a real life example. One of our Alpha Siddhas, he has done many of our classes. He came to meet me for counseling and we spoke about his issue. This happened a few years back. He said, he has done many of our classes and he said, I've been practicing all the meditations and so many things are happening in life. There's a lot of transformation within me. So life is going on very nicely. But recently there is one goal which I've been trying to manifest and it is simply not working. So he said, I came to meet you because I thought I can get some advice from you on what else should I do? How else can I meditate to make this manifest? So this was his query. Then I asked him what is the goal and what is the situation. Then he said he has an ancestral house in a small village, far off village, a very old house. He said it's been there for so many years and he said none of us goes there nowadays. Earlier he said we used to go once in a way, but now it's been a long time. He is living in Chennai for more than 30 years. So they just don't go there. Earlier his parents were there, now even the parents are not there. So they just don't visit the village. And his children have all grown up, they are all settled abroad, one in Germany, one in US. So he and his wife do not see any occasion to go there, so they hardly go. And there has been a tenant living there in that house for many years, for almost 20 years he said. Now the point is his two sons, they have been telling him that we can sell off this property because we are not going to go and live there and we don't need it anymore. We don't need that rental income also. And there is always this hassle of paying the property tax, water tax every year, that has to be done. So why do we need all this? We might as well give it off and sell it off for whatever rate we get. Now this person said, I also agreed. I also understood what they were saying. So I wanted to sell off the property and he said, I passed on the word around there and said we want to sell this house for a good price. And the price that he wanted was about 25 lakhs. That house can fetch only that much because it's a very old house. Although there is a lot of space around the house and it's a spacious house like they used to build in those days, but very old of course. Now what happened is the tenants who are living there, that family, they have been there for so many years and they have found it very comfortable and convenient to live there. So they did not want to give up the house. They wanted to continue to be there. So they wanted to purchase the house. So they offered a price of 12 lakhs because they could not afford anything more than that. So they said if you can give it to us for 12 lakhs, that is all we can go up to. We can't stretch ourselves beyond that at all. If you can give us, then we will be very happy and we will take the house, we will purchase the house, but beyond that we cannot. Now this man says, the problem is in a tiny village, everyone knows everyone. So other people also, even if somebody is there who can pay 25 lakhs and buy the house, they know that the tenants want to buy the house and they are trying to buy the house for a lower price of course. So none of them would come and interfere. That's how it is in small villages. So here also that problem was that no one else was coming to offer any price because they knew that the tenants wanted to buy and they did not want to come in their way. Now he says, I've been meditating, I've been expecting them to quote a little higher price, but it's just not happening at all. And I don't want to give it away like that for just for 12 lakhs when it can fetch me 25 lakhs at least. So then I wanted to talk to him a little bit about this, and I spoke to him and I said, what is the rent that you get? Is it very important for you, whatever rent amount you get? He said, no, it's a pittance, it's a very small amount. We are not even waiting for that money. Just some rent they are paying and we are happy. And I have not increased the rent in so many years, I can't even remember when I raised the rent. He said, it's okay because they are taking care of the house and they are living there. So we are not so much in need of money. I am quite well settled, he said, and both my sons are also well settled. So they don't need the money, I don't need the money. So whatever rent is coming, we are okay with that. That's it. We are not expecting that money every month or anything. Okay, fine. That was all right. Then I asked him, what about the sale money? Now, supposing you sell it for 25 lakhs, let's say, to what extent are you expecting that money to, for your expenses or for anything? How much important is that money to you? Then he just thought and said, actually nothing much, Amma, because I don't really need that money. We are only selling it off because my sons don't want to keep it there, and then after me they will have to take care, so they don't want all those hassles, and that's why they want me to sell it off. And whatever money comes, even if it is 25 lakhs, it's only going to go into an FD. We don't have much use for it. We are not really, in need of that money, but anyway we have to sell it, and I'm trying to get a good price for it. That's what he said. So then I said, okay, so the rent amount is not very important for you. It's okay, whatever is coming is fine, and the sale amount also is not very important for you because you're not in need of that kind of money. You are okay by yourself. Now look at it this way. If you think about it from the tenant's side of view, they really want to buy that house because they are very happy there and they want to continue to live there. And they have quoted whatever they could afford, which is almost just about half of what you are expecting. But you yourself are telling me that they can't afford more than this. Now, if you think about it, you do not need that remaining 13 lakhs which you wanted to get. Even if you don't get that, and if you get only 12 lakhs, then I said, will it not be worth it when you think about how happy that family will be? And it is somebody who wants to live in that house, whereas you don't even want that house at all. So just think about it. Is it not possible for you to bring down your price and make that family happy? And because there is so much more joy in doing something like that for somebody. Then he thought about it and he said, let me think about it. I said, okay, you think about it, but also talk to your sons, talk to your wife, your family, and then decide and let me know what finally happened. So then he went away, and after some time, this happened a few years back. Then later on, maybe 1 or 2 years later, I happened to talk to him. Then he said, Amma, after you said that, he said, I first spoke to my wife. Then she immediately said, we can just give it away for whatever price they are offering, because anyway we don't need that house, and anyway we don't need that money also. We are not in urgent need of that money. So just let them be happy, give it to them. Then he said he spoke to his sons. Both of them said, doesn't matter, Appa, whatever they are offering is fine. Let them live there. If they are happy there, let them continue. We don't really need that money. We want to make sure that property goes to somebody who will take care of it and live. So that's fine. So he says he was quite surprised because he was not able to think like that. But the moment he asked his wife, she was also happy to give it away, and the sons were also happy to give it away for that price which the tenant offered. So he said, then I didn't have any problem at all. So then I called them and told them that I'm willing to give it to them for 12 lakhs, and they were terribly happy, terribly pleased. And then he said, I went there and completed the registration formalities, and after that he said he went to visit the house because there is a very elderly lady. Her son was the one in whose name he did the registration. So this lady was at home only. He said, okay, one last time, let me go and see the house and meet this lady also and come. So he went there. He said when he went and met this lady, this man's mother, she was so happy. She held his hands and she said, I'm so very happy that you sold this house to us for 12 lakhs because we really wanted to continue living in this house because it has brought us a lot of good tidings, and we are very happy here, very comfortable here. We really didn't want to go away from here. If you had sold it to somebody else, you would have got more money and we would have had to move out, and we could not offer more than 12. So I kept on praying to God that you should change your mind and you should offer us this house for 12 lakhs. So she went on and she blessed him, and she said, you will live long, you will live very happily, I am so happy, thank you, and all that. So he said, after a very long time, after many years, I experienced a kind of soul satisfying moment. He said that 13 lakhs which I gave up, it didn't really matter at all, because that elderly lady's happiness was so much for me, it was overwhelming. And he said, I came back feeling really happy, and he said, I remembered what you said, there is so much joy in giving than in receiving. Now this kind of a situation, some people may say, if you look at it from the point of view of money, then maybe this was not a very good decision to give away a house at such a low price. But then it's not always money that is a yardstick. Sometimes, it is the kind of satisfaction you feel, the feeling of doing something good that you get, that has no price. It is priceless. You cannot put a price tag on it at all. So that is what he was able to feel that day, and when he told me, he was really feeling that happiness. So then I was also very happy to hear this. So there is a lot of joy in giving. So sometimes when life gives you an opportunity like this to make somebody else very happy, and if you can forego a little bit for that, it doesn't really matter. So you should also look out for such opportunities and give it to people with happiness. Giving with happiness makes you also very happy. Think about it and make use of such opportunities to make others' lives happier.